Hey everyone, Nigel and Luke here, and welcome to another edition of Crimes of the Week International. Before we get to today's video, we're excited to announce that our official Patreon page is now live. Patrons will receive exclusive extended editions of each one of our Crimes of the Week and Crimes of the Week International videos. So if you want even more crime news coverage, head over to patreon.com/crimezone.
A man from Zimbabwe was arrested at South Africa's OR Tambo International Airport last week after authorities said he was trying to smuggle gold into the country. The 33-year-old man flew into the airport last Saturday and told customs authorities he did not have anything to declare. However, when his luggage was scanned, officials found 23 pieces of gold inside, worth an estimated $730,000 US. The man was questioned by South Africa's elite organized crime unit known as the Hawks, who found that the man did not have any permit or license to transport the gold. He now faces charges for violating Customs Act 91 of 1964, as well as Precious Metals Act 37 of 2005. According to reports, this bust is just the latest in what has been an ongoing problem with gold smuggling out of Zimbabwe. It's been estimated that the country is losing roughly $100 million a month in gold to the illegal smuggling trade, which is further damaging Zimbabwe's already struggling economy. Late last year, a similar bust was reported when the president of the Zimbabwe Miners Federation was intercepted at the Robert Mugabe International Airport with 6 kilograms of gold in her handbag. She was trying to board a flight to Dubai and was arrested. She later claimed that the roughly $336,000 worth of gold was not hers, and that she had simply picked up the wrong handbag by mistake.
This week, a man in England was sentenced to 16 months in jail after he pleaded guilty to 3 different charges related to driving without a license or insurance. According to reports, 39-year-old Lee Roberts was stopped by police while driving near his home in Cheshire in November of last year. Though he managed to produce a driver's license when asked, police were still suspicious, and after some further questioning, he finally told them the truth. It turned out that Roberts had actually been banned from driving all the way back in 2001, and had not had a valid driver's license since. The license he had on him when he was pulled over was fraudulently obtained from the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency when Roberts pretended to be his twin brother. On Wednesday, Roberts pleaded guilty to driving while disqualified, using a motor vehicle without insurance, and using a license with intent to deceive. In addition to his 16-month sentence, the judge in the case also banned him from driving for a further 20 months. Police say they believe that Robert's brother had no idea what his twin was up to, and holds a license of his own, which is actually valid.
Authorities in New Zealand say that a stabbing attack in the city of Dunedin has left 4 people injured this week, 3 of whom are in critical but stable condition. The attack occurred at approximately 2:30 p.m. on Monday when a 42-year-old man entered a Countdown grocery store location and began attacking employees and shoppers. Witnesses described hearing screams and seeing blood, while many people inside began to run for the building's exits. The attack might have been much worse, but multiple bystanders intervened and managed to tackle the suspect to the ground and subdue him until police could arrive. The suspect was taken into custody after sustaining only minor injuries. Authorities say that no clear motive behind the attack has been established, but they have not found any evidence to suggest that it was domestic terrorism. The 42-year-old suspect, whose name has not been released by police at the time of this recording, has since been charged with 4 counts of attempted murder.
Hong Kong police say that they have arrested 1 man and are searching for another after an embarrassing botched robbery attempt at a money-lending company earlier this week. The incident took place on Monday, when a 27-year-old unemployed man and his accomplice, who is believed to be in his 30s, showed up at the Shengshui branch of the money-lending firm known as Promise. After entering, the men demanded 200 million Hong Kong dollars, or roughly $26 million US, from employees. However, the men were quickly turned away after employees noticed the would-be robber's bizarre choice of weapon in the heist: a plastic water gun. According to reports, this was no convincing replica either. The toy was transparent blue and obviously made out of plastic. The men fled the store after employees declined to hand over the cash, and police were called. As if that weren't bad enough, the 27-year-old soon returned to the location, this time armed with a pen. He jumped the counter and threatened an employee with it, but police soon arrived and he was arrested. His toy gun was also taken by police. Though the man reportedly has no history of mental illness, police have said he might be sent to a hospital anyway for psychological evaluation. Thankfully, no one was hurt and nothing was stolen as a result of the strange crime.
Authorities in New South Wales say that a 27-year-old woman is in critical condition this week after she was viciously attacked by a colleague in the kitchen of a busy cafe. According to reports, police were notified about the incident at approximately 2:30 p.m. on Wednesday and were called to the scene at the Onyx Espresso bar in the Newcastle suburb of Mayfield. The 27-year-old woman, whose name has not been released at the time of this recording, was allegedly attacked by another employee at the location, 23-year-old Adrian Stratton. Investigators say that Stratton hit the woman with a metal pipe and fire extinguisher before stabbing her in the chest with a large knife. The knife was still embedded in the woman's chest when emergency service workers arrived on the scene, and she was quickly rushed to hospital where she underwent surgery. At the time of this recording, she appears to be in critical but stable condition. Stratton has since been charged with attempted murder and may also undergo a psychiatric evaluation. It is unclear what, if anything, motivated this brutal attack.
Authorities in the South Korean city of Jeonju say that they are deciding whether to pursue criminal charges against 3 conscripted police officers after the men sold the electric air purifier in their dorm room to raise funds for a party. According to reports, the men, who were serving in the Korea National Police Agency's auxiliary police force in lieu of the country's mandatory military service, sold the device for 500,000 won, or roughly $450 US, on an online secondhand market. They later said that they needed the money to have a party before being transferred to a riot control squad. However, authorities say it was not the men's air purifier to sell. The appliance had been installed in their shared living quarters after being donated by one of the police agency's local partner groups. It remains unclear what kind of penalty the men will face if the police agency decides to pursue charges.
Representatives from the Baguio police on the Philippine island of Luzon say that they plan to lay charges against a woman and her boyfriend after they staged the woman's kidnapping in order to be together. According to reports, 30-year-old April Agoyos was walking home with her 2 friends in the city's Dizon subdivision last week when a black van suddenly blocked the way and Agoyos was hauled off by the vehicle's passengers. Her terrified friends quickly called police, who immediately began an investigation into the incident, only to find out that the entire thing was staged. Agoyos had arranged to be kidnapped so she could be with her boyfriend, Erwin Rowe, who her parents did not approve of because he was an ex-convict. In addition to leaving her friends traumatized, Agoyos managed to anger the police force, who said that they wasted time and resources on the fake kidnapping. In an interview, Chief of Baguio Police, Colonel Alan Ko, said that they were serious about pursuing charges against Agoyos and her boyfriend, noting that the incident had caused a panic.
Authorities in the Russian city of Kazan say that 9 people are dead this week following a terrifying mass shooting at a local school. The attack reportedly began just after 9:20 a.m. on Tuesday, when 19-year-old Ilnaz Galiev showed up at the city's school number 175 and opened fire on those inside. He was reportedly armed with a semi-automatic shotgun. According to witnesses, the attack caused mass confusion and panic. Teachers and other school workers attempted to shut doors and windows frantically as students tried to take cover or simply ran for their lives. A total of 7 children and 2 adults were killed in the attacks. All 7 of the students killed are believed to have been in the 8th grade and were around 15 years of age. At least 2 of them allegedly died while leaping from the school's 2nd floor windows to try and get to safety. One of the adults that died in the attack has been identified as an English teacher in her mid-20s named Elvira Ignatieva, who was killed while attempting to shield one of the children. In addition to the 9 deceased victims, more than 20 others were hospitalized after the attack, most of whom ranged in age from 7 to 15 years old. The suspect was taken into custody by police at the scene. So far, it remains unclear what motivated the attack, but it has been said that Galyavyev was a former student of the school. The horrifying incident has shocked not just the city, but the entire country. These kinds of incidents are reportedly extremely rare in Russia. Still, based on the nature of the attack, calls have quickly been made by many to reevaluate the country's gun control laws, as well as the security measures taken at schools. Russian President Vladimir Putin has since pledged to work out new regulations for firearms, as well as the types of weapons that can be owned by civilians. Galyavyev is said to have legally purchased the firearm used in the attacks less than 2 weeks before the shootings.
That brings us to the end of this edition of Crimes of the Week International. If you're a fan of the new series, don't forget to tell us in the comments section below. While you're there, make sure to subscribe to Crime Zone for more true crime content like this, making sure to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest videos. Thank you for watching.